But let's talk about the reopening of New South Wales, because where you are, it's COVID-free. I know Queenslanders are obviously very supportive of the Premier because she's been able to manage that. She's very popular. But as New South Wales is reopening, is there more demand from people and business that you speak to for clarity on the plan for the way out? Because you can't keep the borders up forever.
No, and particularly the tourism sector. I mean, I was in Cairns last week and it's a mess. I mean, we've put $700 million out there to support the tourism sector, but in a place like Cairns, it's falling apart. And what they need, but, is certainty. So the money that we provided has got them through to this point. But they need investment certainty. They need to know that tourists are going to come, and that's all people are asking for. When you've got leadership from premiers saying this is the juncture in which we will open up in terms of vaccinations, why can't the Queensland Premier do that? That's all they're asking for. She's created a lot of anxiety and she's done it well politically because it's played well into her hands. And we haven't had it up here, and I know that's a great thing, but people are slowly realising that Delta will come one day and we're going to have to learn to live with this thing. They've been pretty slow in terms of getting their arms out because the Queensland government hasn't necessarily been pushing that as hard as they should. But if Delta hits and we go to a lockdown, there's going to be a real stark reality check in terms of what that means in lockdowns. And when it hits, that'll really hit the Queensland public. So I just say what the Premier can do is accelerate the vaccinations and make sure that there is confidence to all businesses. They know when they're going to be part of Australia once more.
And one big part of Australia, but for both city and country, are the country shows. You're at the EKKA this morning. What are you doing to try and help put those important things on our calendar? They are. I mean, whether you grew up in the city or the country, we always remember the show. They've had a tough couple of years.
They have, mate, but the show must go on, and that's why we've put on another $25 million. 12 of that will go to the Royal shows in Brisbane, Melbourne, Canberra, Adelaide, and potentially Hobart. We're hoping that they'll be able to have their show this year, and they'll just pay their fixed costs. They don't get any income this year like they didn't last year. We put $34 million in last year and 25 to pay those fixed costs that keep on coming on. There's $9 million to go to the bush shows, and there's also $4 million that'll go to the Showmen's Guild, the men and women who travel the country taking the rides. They've done it pretty tough and they haven't had any support. We gave them $4 million in the first round and we're topping that up with another $4 million now, and we're paying that to the show society so they don't pay rent. So this just takes away some of the burden, gives them a crack, and they're an integral part of any agricultural show. I mean, we love to go and look at the beef and the wheat and all the produce, but you need a bit of fun as well apart from the bar, and the showies always provide that.